It's the penultimate episode of the third season here at Leeds. We have 3 games today. We're not going to do the entire month of April. We're going to play West Ham, Burnley and Liverpool today. And then tomorrow we've got Wolves, City and then Norwich and Bournemouth. Norwich and Bournemouth are both in the relegation zone. And depending on what the league situation looks like, we can probably sim one of those games. But there aren't any games until those 2 that I'd really want to risk simming. I mean, if our league position is guaranteed and there's enough points gap above and below, then we might as well sim all of any remaining games we have once we reach that point. But I'm going to play 3 games today. West Ham, Burnley, and then... who was it? Liverpool. Oh, God. West Ham and Burnley are around us in the league. Literally. Burnley 11th, Leeds United 12th, West Ham 13th. And West Ham actually have a game in hand as well. So should they win that game in hand, they'll draw level with us. But our goal difference is in our favour. However, obviously if West Ham beat me, they'll still have the game in hand. And goal difference will be... or they'll be on the same amount of points as me. So I want to at least avoid defeat against West Ham to stay above them. We could go up as high as 10th. In fact, our goal difference is better than anyone around us, up to Villa in 9th, although the gap to Villa is 9 points, so it's probably out of our reach. But 10th is genuinely a possibility for us this season, and I'd love to finish inside the top half, so we're going to try and put in some really solid performances today and tomorrow, and fingers crossed things will fall into place for us, and we will finish in the top half of the table and get a great financial boost for that. Drop this video a like if you enjoy the series. And make sure you subscribe to the channel with the notification bell ticked to ensure you don't miss out on any more of this series. We'll be heading into Season 4 very soon, of course. But right now, it's time to take on West Ham away from home. In goal for West Ham is Unai Simon or Simon. Rodriguez, Ogbonna, Diop and Cresswell as a back 4. Declan Rice and Pablo Fornals sat deeper. Wilshere, Sonogo and Felipe Anderson with Mikel Antonio up top. Yaya Sonogo doesn't really threaten me, to be honest. That's not the strongest of Leeds lineups. This should be a very competitive game that we could genuinely end up winning and winning well. Rodriguez quickly in there to Yaya Sonogo. Out to Jack Wilshere. Strange for them to be playing Jack Wilshere in a kind of right midfield role. I know they're probably playing the narrower 4-2-3-1, but still, it's a very peculiar role to put to put Jack Wilshere in, similar to how Southampton used James Ward-Prowse, is where my brain was going with that. Bowen looking for Tyler Roberts but can't find him. It's been a really odd opening 25 minutes. Neither side are actually playing any good football whatsoever. It's a case of 3 or 4 passes, give the ball away. 3 or 4 passes, give the ball away. Rinse, repeat, both of us. Just need to knuckle down and actually try and use possession well. They're playing very narrow defensively, which has been quite difficult to work stuff because at the minute my tactics aren't set up really to work that wide, but that could break free for me, and if it weren't for Rodriguez's foot in, we would have had the first shot on goal of the game. But after half an hour, we still haven't had one of those. I need to get a tackle in on Yaya Sonogo there, but not keep possession. Cresswell... just overrun it there with Adama Traore. Here's Yaya Sonogo. He's done nothing for West Ham so far. Adama is out wide there. We'll look for him in behind now. This could be good. I see Nangolan waiting on the edge of the box. Couldn't pull it back to him. We'll take the corner. What can we do from this? Traore delivers. That's probably too close to the keeper. Simon can only punch it. Bowen will get to this. Around the corner looking for Tyler Roberts, who's onside. Oh, looking for Bowen again. Neither side utilising possession very well at all, at any stage of this game. This has been a dud so far, but hopefully the remainder of the game and the remainder of the episode livens up a little bit. Yesterday's episode was so entertaining to record and hopefully entertaining for you guys to watch. This one so far, quite the polar opposite. Although we might end up with a West Ham goal here if they are able to work the ball into the box, but no, nothing yet. Yaya Sonogo to Wilshere. Moved more central now, Jack Wilshere, at least for this particular attack. Cresswell to Yaya, out to Felipe Anderson. This might be the first chance on goal of the entire game from either side, perhaps. We've nearly gone an hour with no shots. I think Felipe Anderson was offside there, was he? He wasn't. Engel has had to come for that and punch it clear. Counter-attack is on. We are decent on the counter-attack. Can we prove that again? Augustin shows no strength. Issa Diop just nudges him off it. Declan Rice looking over the top. Keeper's not come for this. Was going to fall free to Malacia. think that was the defender that knocked it against the striker rather than the striker actually having a shot on goal. Shackleton across there to Nangolan. Right, now's the opportunity. Down there's Tyler Roberts. I'm going to drive towards the byline. Whip it into the middle, and Bowen can't get there. Adama can! Oh, at last! In this entire game, one shot, one goal! When I drew it across to Jared Bowen, I thought, there you go, simple tapping. And somehow the defender's got a foot in there. It's diverted free. The keeper had already committed to the dive, unfortunately. You can't blame him, though. Adama runs onto it, and all he had to do was hit the target, and it was going to go in. Which he duly did. Leeds 1, West Ham 0. This has certainly been a battle between two sides that are of no real quality, and as such are both sat mid-table with relatively average records. This has been a relatively average game with two relatively average teams, but hopefully we can get a pretty good scoreline and result. Felipe Anderson out to Cresswell. To Felipe Anderson again. Yaya Toure. Yaya Sanogo. Cresswell into Antonio. Sanogo's made the run. Oh, cross is decent. It could reach someone. Malacia smacks it away. Had to slash at it. Antonio's stolen that away from Ogbonna. That could be a very painful mistake for them. It's going to fall free to Tyler Roberts. It's not. Here's Wilshere. Looks to drop the shoulder. Malacia can't quite get it off him. Declan Rice could go back to him. Here's Michael Antonio. Looking for Declan Rice. Oh, not Declan Rice. Jack Wilshere and Cole. Oh, jeeps! Good save by Engel. That was just a complete clusterfuck of everything that could possibly go wrong did. Made some changes. We'll see if that helps hold on to the lead. I basically put Calvin Phillips on at CDM to go defensive and try and keep our scoreline. Ryan Kent and Jack Clark have also come on the wings so that whilst we're defensive, we can maybe get ourselves a goal on the counter. It's Jean-Kevin Augustin that's actually trying to counter here. Got options in the middle. I'll look to cross it. It's a decent ball in. It does find Jack Clark. It hits him on the top of the bloody head. And a cross again. No, that's also overhit. Okay, that basically sums up this game, doesn't it? No real quality, but thankfully, the one time the ball fell free in the box for either side, it was for Adama Traore. We smacked it home, and in a game that really was awful to play. You get games like that in every season, don't you, where just nothing really happens. Literally, I had one shot all game and it's won us the fixture. Unbelievable game of football. That was ridiculous. Hopefully, well, we are going to need to be better for the next two games in the episode. So fingers crossed we can play. We should put the game wrong. Time to focus on the next match. I know it's just worth get away from this one as quickly as possible. Rematch against West Ham. How do we find it? You can't defeat Leeds twice. We'll get a little bit cheeky in the post-match press conference. Managed to turn the side and find the decisive goal. There certainly wasn't much to split the two sides. Jesus. 3 shots in the entire 90 minutes. That was unreal. Not had a game like that, I think, for this entire save. Ben, you're playing every game. I don't know what you're talking about, mate. That's really strange. We're not on track. Yeah, youth scout report available. Basically, what we're doing with these youth scouts now is if there's anyone that's absolutely spectacular, we're just going to sign them and then maybe try and sell them for profit at some point in the future. We've got a couple of youngsters that are worth upwards of £3 or £4 million. But all of these guys appear to be absolutely terrible, and they are, so we won't be doing anything with them. Right, Watford, was it Watford? No, it was Burnley next for us. But as we head into this next game, actually Burnley have got a game in hand, I've just spied. But as things stand at present, we are, what was my last one? Was it the passing one? It was. As things stand at present, we are in the top half. We are currently 10th in the Premier League, which should hopefully remain to be the case between now and the end of the season. We're only 6 points away from Villa, and Burnley have lost their game on match day 32. I don't know what Adam Forshaw's on about. We'll get to it soon enough, mate, but not exactly a priority. Go on, I might as well, just to sell him on for a little bit more money next season. What do you want? He's on 10. He wants 50. Have a word, mate. We'll start at 28, and we'll go up to 35. You want at least 37 grand a week? You're going on for a free. There's no way if I give him a contract that's worth that much that anyone else will be able to afford to pay his wages if they buy him off me. just not going to happen. So that's a complete no to Adam Forshaw. You're going to leave us on a free, and there's nothing I'm going to do about it. Phillips can start this one. We'll give Jairo Riedewald a start ahead of Nkulu. Traore did score the goal in the last game, but he hasn't been amazing for me recently, to be completely honest. We'll give Danny Rose a game. He's not played in forever. Come on, Danny, you can have a crack. Right, Burnley away, coming up next. Right, the West Ham 11 then. In goal, West Ham. We just played West Ham. Burnley. Pope, Lowton, Gibson, Itakura. Benny on the right-hand side. Tartarotti, Benson. I'm not keeping up with this, am I? Jay Rodriguez and Fedor Chalov. I got caught in two minds there, being two sides that playing claret and blue today, both away from home. Nick Pope will not be easy to get the ball past, but hopefully we can do that. This game should be a little bit better than the game against West Ham, although Burnley do play, in real life at least, not the most flamboyant of football. But fingers crossed this one will have slightly more chances on goal for you guys to watch. That will be a corner for Burnley to start off with, so already perhaps something more to happen in the first 5 minutes than did in the first 70 from the last game. That is the worst attempted clearance I've ever seen from Adama Traore. He headed it 2 yards away. Here's Benson into the middle, and Brady gives Burnley a 1-0 lead after 6 minutes. And the blame there falls squarely at Adama Traore. I pressed the clear ball button, and he's gone, It's just boinked off the top of his bonce, falling straight back to Burnley. I cannot believe that that is his attempted clearance. Oh, it's going to be too far away. Oh, just woeful from Adama Traore. No distance on it whatsoever. That was woeful. Well, I was hoping things were going to get better in this game. They have in terms of entertainment, but not necessarily in terms of our result. Although, thankfully, there's still plenty of time to turn it back round again. Adama Traore, take a long, hard look at yourself, my man. That was diabolical. Shallow, that was poor. Ben White finds Calvin Phillips. Go through there to Jared Bowen. Look for Tyler Roberts. It's a little bit central, Tyler. I don't know why he's not in his normal out-wide position. We're playing quite narrow at the minute. Danny Rose has got the runner on the outside of him, and Benny could get in behind here, and he is in behind. Both about as fast as each other. Benny rolls that into the path of Jay Rodriguez. Nicely done by Jairo Riedewald. Very much appreciate that level of defending. He saw that was meant for Jared Bowen, but never mind. Adama will find Augustin, and he won't be able to keep it away from Benson. Coming forward here again, Burnley. I see the run there, and thankfully Ben White tracks it well. I've not really had much going the other way yet, but we're trying. We keep coming away with the ball. Always going one way, then the other. Augustin trying to feed that through. Couldn't go that way. Should have gone that way again. Not making the right decisions at the right times here. Danny Rose will intercept that nicely though, and I've got options inside. And there's Calvin Phillips. Phillips will drive into the space. See Burnley's defensive line there. Very solid, very disciplined, as you would expect from a Burnley 11. Tyler Roberts through the gap there though to Jared Bowen on his left foot. And that shot was just as tame as Adama Traore's clearance. Come on, lads. Where's the quality? Give me some quality. Desperate for some quality. Brady. Give me that. Oh, he's going to drop free. We will win it back. Forward to Augustin. Short there to Calvin Phillips. Nice heavy touch, but Tartarotti's got too much strength for Calvin Phillips. I was hoping Calvin was just going to be able to hold him off there. Chalov through the gap to Jay Rodriguez. Chalov bursting forward again. He's got runners around him. Jay Rodriguez out wide. Robbie Brady. Jay Rodriguez good save by Engel. Danny Rose alert to the danger as well to get rid of that. And Tyler Roberts will complete the clearance. Right, counter lads. Adama, run mate. I'm going to play you right in behind, which we've done well. Got that on. Cut back inside. A runner from deep. I don't really have. Oh, Shackleton is there late. Tyler Roberts. Shackleton. Bowen out his feet. All that might have hit a hand, but no penalty given. Blocked by the defender. I'm sure that hit a hand. I do still have handballs turned on. Pretty sure that hit a hand. Let's roll that on a bit. In there. Take a touch. Out of his feet and... Oh no, has that hit him in the face? I think it's just hit him in the chest or face, hasn't it? Oh, borderline. Very, very borderline as to whether that should have been handball or not. Danny Rose will take this throw. Bowen will find Shackleton. Shackleton has Adama out wide, who could turn here, accelerate away, and not pull the ball back because he's too fast for his own good. Well, I've ruined that, haven't I? We're going to be 1-0 down at half-time. I'm trying to put some pressure on Burnley, but I can't really seem to create any clear-cut opportunities. Not playing very well today. Phillips across to Danny Rose. Tyler Roberts is looking to get in behind there. He's done that well. He's done it really well. I just need to find the right pass at the right time, which I don't think I have an option to. Or if Tyler could have gone down there, that would have been a penalty. I'm certain of it. Bowen to Roberts. How many Burnley players are back here? They've literally got 9 outfield players behind the ball. But Augustin still very nearly scores. Good block by the defender. Traore with the delivery. Pope's going to come. He's going to punch, and he's going to do it well, annoyingly. Shackleton will get to that first. Adama is there. Got that back into Jarrod Bowen. Calvin Phillips. Can I find Augustin again? Yes, he's turned again. Yes, shot saved by Pope. I'm putting the pressure on Burnley, but the goal won't come. They're making a change. That was Ashley Barnes, I think, coming on for them. Win the header. Up we go. Gibson's won it. Shackleton inside there to Jean-Kevin Augustin again. I just can't find enough space to get a shot away. Oh, when Burnley have got so many men behind the ball. Fedor Chalov is chasing me down here, but Porro trying his hardest, but Chalov has just bullied him out of possession there. Here's Brady, and then into Ashley Barnes, who's just come on. Brady to Chalov. Chalov into the middle. Redeval will get rid of it. That was well done. Going to need to make some changes, I think, if we're going to get anything out of this game, though. Adama looking to get in behind. He's been average recently, but Tyler Roberts is at the back post, and Tyler Roberts should, but doesn't score. A, why have you used your left foot when you're right-footed? B, how can you miss the target there? That's not hard, Tyler. Come on, mate. Oh, man, that is a really, really, really good chance that we have not been able to take. Oh, we can't let opportunities like that pass us by. Time for Callum Wilson to prove that he's actually still decent. Bua. Back to Lowton. Bua again inside to Tartarotti. Yes, Lowton. Oh, given away. Calvin Phillips. Back there to Danny Rose. And then Ryan Kent. Shackleton. Adama is available. Shackleton again. Ryan Kent again. Out to Tyler Roberts. Driving forward. Come on, Tyler. I can't believe he's missed that volley, to be fair. I'm still fuming at him. Kent to Shackleton. To Callum Wilson. Callum Wilson! Comfortable enough for Nick Pope. Wasn't too difficult there. Right, I'm going to move Ryan Kent out wide, actually. That's what I meant to do. So Tyler Roberts will be moved central. We're probably not going to get a better opportunity than that free volley. But I really pray we can. With teams in and around us being in today's fixtures, if we do want to genuinely finish top half, this is the sort of game we can't afford to lose. We need to at least get a draw here to ensure that Burnley don't get an advantage on us. Adama's touch is terrible, but thankfully we've still come away with possession. And then he's completely fucked the pass. What are you doing, mate? Thank you, Danny Rose. Ryan Kent going to try and get around the outside of Matthew Lowton here just with pure pace. And that has worked, and works really well. Now look for Callum Phillips, who's onside here. Callum Wilson even. I don't know why I said Calvin Phillips. Callum Wilson equalises, and he couldn't miss that. Beautiful pass by Ryan Kent. Perfectly weighted. Absolutely superb ball. One of the most precise assists we'll see this season. That was within millimetres of the defender's foot. But beautifully for Callum Wilson. Didn't have to break stride, and he tucks it home. That is exactly what we needed. With 10 minutes to go, we've pulled it back to 1-1. We might have the chance to win it, but just avoiding defeat is enough for me here, I think. Especially after Burnley just went into self-preservation mode. When they went 1-0 up after 5 minutes, they put 9 men behind the ball at all times. And still haven't been able to hold on to it. Is that going to just miss the defender? It's not this on this occasion. Well, back at 1-1. Burnley hopefully will actually push to try and get themselves back in front. And maybe we can catch them on the counter again. Tartarotti, Brady, Tartarotti in behind. He's going to cut it back. Burnley have pushed to try and get themselves a winner, and they will get themselves a winner. Robbie Brady with a brace. As soon as he turned inside there, Tartarotti, we knew we were in trouble. Calvin Phillips did see him there, but reacted far too late. Couldn't get across to him, and despite pulling it level with 10 minutes to go, just 8 minutes later, Burnley are back in front. Oh, man. That's devastating. We worked so hard for so long. It took me 75 minutes to find myself an equaliser. Oh, and I nearly able to get past the defender there. 75 minutes to find an equaliser and just 8 to throw it away again. Burnley beat us at Turf Moor. In the Battle of Lancashire versus Yorkshire, it's Lancashire that come out on top, unfortunately. Despite the fact that we dominated most of the game, created nearly 3 times as many chances as them. And all of a sudden, that Tyler Roberts volleyed miss looks even worse. Unfortunately, your team... no, they weren't the better team. I'll say we were unlucky. Players seem to be lacking confidence. Not at all. Confidence is fine. I was just poor in front of goal. I'm surprised it ended... No, we've learned a hard lesson, I think. We'll be more clinical in front of goal. How many times have we learned that lesson so far in this save? Really need a striker at some point to just please be a clinical, fantastic, regular goal scorer. I don't think anyone in our history in this save yet has scored more than 12 or 13 goals in a full league season. I need next year to have someone that's going to score, 20 to 25 goals in a league season to really help us push towards the European spots. He's still our player for the time being, Adam Forshaw, but I'm not going to sign him. Team, 1 point to avoid relegation. We're not going to be trying into mind games. We're not trying to avoid relegation. We're trying to push towards the top half. The lads play well against Liverpool and we'll hope to play well again. Wait and see what happens. But a game against Liverpool is, of course, never easy. And I don't expect this one to be any different. We are 2 points away from Burnley in 10th. Still only 6 points away from Aston Villa. Their form continues to flag slightly, so they're becoming more and more at risk of dropping further down the table. Liverpool at home to end the day. I've no idea if Liverpool are challenging for the title or challenging for the top 4 or what situation their league season is in. They've got Hoover at right back, Guendouzi, Fabinho and Ceballos, Salah, Firmino even, and Mane still as their front 3, even towards the end of season 3. Mane's on a 1 yellow card away from a suspension, but that's not going to affect things here in this game. We lost 1-0 to Liverpool thanks to a Guendouzi goal at Anfield. Can we get payback at Ellen Road? I doubt it, but I'd love a point at the very least, just to give us the opportunity to still be within touching distance of those above us for the final episode of the season tomorrow. Desperate to finish top half, maximise our potential profits from the season, or prize money at the very least, and then to give us as big a budget as possible for season 4 to really make an assault on the European spots. That's the plan for season 4. We want to push for Europe. Guendouzi driving forward here. Turns well. Firmino. That's not going to help. 1-0 Liverpool. Firmino. Oh, Raja could step in there. Just changed player slightly too late. Danny Ceballos. He's going to push wide. No, he's going back central again. No, he's going to go wide. Mane, Robertson. Ben White trying to step in and take the ball away from him. Fabinho. Oh, no, Firmino. Oh, he didn't need to play that extra pass. They've cost themselves an opportunity there. That was a really good chance. Bowen, that was supposed to go to Adama, not to Callum Wilson. Thank you very much. Dear me. Need passes to be more accurate. Thank you. Right, Bowen. Counter-attack is on. He's got the legs. He stepped away from Virgil van Dijk. Callum Wilson is with me. Oh, and Kimpembe steps in. That was a really good chance. Callum Wilson. Oh, this is going to be a good chance too if his touch was actually any good. Oh, and Adama was offside. Oh, it's frustrating so far against Liverpool. We look decent going forward, but we just can't work the right opportunity. I don't know what Van Dijk's doing there. He's punted that straight off the pitch. Can we make Liverpool pay for a Virgil van Dijk mistake? We did do last season. We're not going to be able to this season. At least not on this occasion, anyway. Oh, if anything, they're going to be scoring a second goal now. Sadio Mane's in behind. Porro's trying to catch up. And we have been able to get the ball away. This game is getting stretched early doors, isn't it? Big ball over the top, looking for Mo Salah. Nice. Physical work by Ben White. Malacia having to get involved centrally there. Nangolan can't get that out of his feet. Firmino finds Mane, who I think was offside. He was. Brilliant save by Engel. Oh, dearie me. We're struggles in this one against Liverpool. I was really good against Burnley and still lost. But we're not doing that well here against Liverpool, and it is showing. Always worried about drawing defenders out of position, but sometimes I just don't have enough numbers back there to stop them from cutting me apart. Good block by Malacia, still falls to Salah. That's 2-0. That might be us dead and buried in this game, even in just the first half. Oh, it's going to be a massive episode tomorrow when we need those points to get ourselves into the top 10. Hopefully we'll be finishing above last year's 13th place anyway, but I really want to finish as high as physically possible to maximise our potential prize funds. Liverpool are a step above in quality here. I am yet to even have any real meaningful chance on goal, or even just to get the ball, if remotely close to the penalty area, let alone actually shoot. Shackleton in there to Wilson. Oh, Fabinho, again, he's mopping up everything. He is running the show in midfield. We cannot cope with the way that he's dictating play. He's unbelievable, Fabinho, in this game. Salah's going to bring that down. He's going to turn it back. Malacia gets an interception in. Fabinho again. Go home, Fabinho. I do not like you right now. He's ridiculous. Ryan Kent's first touch is really poor there, but Shackleton will get this to Callum Wilson. I'll try and play it over the top. I asked for a ball over the top. He didn't play it over the top. 63 minutes played. Liverpool are by far the best team in this game. And it's not even remotely close. Callum Wilson can't even keep the ball remotely close to his own feet. And if my strikers can't do that, I'm not going to stand a chance today, am I? Adama off, Bowen out wide, Tyler Roberts on as well. Can we maybe do something in the final half an hour or so? Hoover. Down the right-hand side. Blocked by Malacia. He's kept that in really nicely. Counter-attack is on. Hoover is out of position and Ryan Kent is going to race away. Now he's running out of stamina now as well. Nangolan's there inside. Nicely done. Well, why not Raja? Oh, he's kicked it straight at Alisson. I tried to put that in the corner. He's kicked it straight at the bloody keeper. Here come my changes. We'll try and get it into the middle. Bowen with a good delivery actually. Raja's up. Or he's next to it. Oh, man just left it there. Ryan Kent just looked at the ball. Oh, it's Nicola Nkulu. And, yep. That was definitely Nicola Nkulu. That was my first shot of first and second shots of the game, I think. Indeed they were. Grande dinks it in. Teta knocks that down to Fabinho. Sanderberger. Fabinho out wide to Sadio Mane. So, judging by the players they brought off the bench, they have improved the squad, Liverpool, but just getting that away. But the players they had at the beginning of the save are still good enough to do business for them. Oh, I tried to get that out of Tyler Roberts' feet and I just couldn't quite do it. Kent, I've got Augustin there, but can I use him? I'll go to Tyler Roberts first. Shackleton is there. Closed down quickly by Sanderberger, who's done brilliantly. And I've had nothing. I've had nothing all game. Liverpool just outclassed me. It shows just how much work and how much improvement we still need to do as a team if we're to challenge at the top of the table. But we couldn't... How is Sadio Mane walking through everyone? We couldn't have expected to come up from the Championship and been competitive at the top of the table within 2 or 3 seasons. It's going to take the progression, which is what you guys are enjoying in this save. We have improved this year from last year, but we are going to have to significantly improve again from Season 3 to Season 4 if we're to challenge for a European spot for Season 5, because at the minute, we're just not quite good enough. We've got changes coming. James Ward-Prowse is arriving. Divock Origi will be arriving. Nothing is lost in the fight to avoid relegation. We're already staying up anyway. And Nkulu was all right, but others should follow. And if he could have shot on target earlier, that would have been lovely as well. We'll bounce back from this with 4 games tomorrow. Whether they'll all be played or not, I'm not sure. Probably, to be fair, because the gaps around us are still very, very tight. I could really have done... Oh, I don't care about Forshaw's contract. Could really have done with something from that game against Liverpool. Could really have done with not losing to bloody Burnley. That would have been lovely. Engel is going to go up. No, he's not. Cooper does, though. We can maybe sell those youngsters on, of course, for more money. Oh, man. Right, so tomorrow we start with City, I think. Then it's... Oh, no, Wolves. Then City, which has been moved from the 1st to the 30th. Then Norwich. Then Bournemouth. Title, our top half challenge is in our hands. It's still only 2 points to Burnley. It's still 6 points to Villa. They keep losing games as well. The top half can be done. I still believe. And hopefully tomorrow we can prove that belief to be well founded. I'll see you in tomorrow's episode. Ta-ra!